What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is Friday, March 28th, 2025, and we are back with another live here on the Torian Rain Below the channel. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to go ahead and hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and if you are new to the channel, I'm glad that you are here. Hit the bell twice to be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live, or just simply join the Discord, and you should be notified in there. Let's see who we have all so far in the chat, and we are going to go ahead and get this thing started. And some people have been here since early this morning. We got Asha Sun, Wallow J, Sybil, Queen Imani, Andrea Flags, Hurricane Nisi, Kira Clark, Shelton LDBC, Shamika, Eddie Foster, Dark Titan, DSM Sinister, Nini 64, Tamika's Dan Antithesis, DSA 1, Jesse Paris, Jay the Informant, Lamiko, Kazuma Fury, Brother Man to You, and Jonathan Gonzalez. Now I'm looking through the comments, and some of y'all are just, y'all wigged and just got knocked back looking at the title. Trust and believe me, when I saw that, it kind of threw me off guard, but at the same time, it didn't surprise me at the same time. What's going on, Tawana, the official newswoman of the Discord? If y'all in the Discord, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So, as y'all see by the title, it says Donald Trump appoints Charlie Kirk to position overseeing military academies. Honestly, I should have titled it Donald Trump appoints Charlie Kirk and other non-qualified people to overseeing military academies, because Charlie Kirk was not the only person that got some kind of position where they should not be at, but his really stuck out the most because out of those who weren't qualified, he was probably the least qualified of them all. And that's why I also put in the thumbnail portrait of a DEI hire, because it's funny how they want to run around here and yell about DEI this and DEI that, but the minute someone like Charlie Kirk, who has been known to peddle that, but also the same guy who always like to say something that's anti-white, then it's quiet. So, like I said, really at the end of the day, as long in the eyes of a person like Charlie Kirk, as long as a white man is getting some kind of a position, no matter where it is, even if they aren't qualified, then it's all good. But if it's somebody else, then we got to question their credentials. Remember, this is the same Charlie Kirk who was questioning about having a black doctor or something along those lines. I remember talking about it a while ago. That's him. But now he gets this position. And why does he get it? Because he's an ally. But let me go ahead and share my screen, and we can go over the article, because there's only two articles that I got to go over with y'all today as it pertains to this topic. So this is the first one right here, and it's coming from The Hill. Oh, the Black Pilot. My bad. Thank you, Wallow J. I forgot. It was somebody who was prominent. But thank you for correcting me. And this is coming from The Hill. Trump appoints Charlie. You know who it was with the black doctor? I think it was Tucker Carlson who recently said that, which, by the way, I did record the video for that, and that'll be coming soon. So be on the lookout for that. And shout out to KG for being a member for 36 months. He says, B1 Night Rider check-in, unbaked faces about the FAFO. Right. Oh, and KG, I'm glad you're here, because something just came my way as it pertains to Elon Musk and Twitter. Y'all, I want y'all to write KG's name in the chat and put some applause emojis next to his name, because Kid Gravity called this. He called this over a year ago. He said that Elon Musk was going to sell Twitter, and something just came my way from the Hollywood Reporter that says Elon Musk AI company acquires X in a $45 billion deal. Now, granted, that's something that's still owned by Elon, but it's not owned by, directly owned by him. So KG, take a bow, sir. You called it yet again. And for someone like him, it wasn't hard to call. KG, I will let you have that story because I feel like that is your that was your thing because you stuck to your guns on that one, even when people didn't believe you or thought you was crazy for saying that in the first place. But you stuck to it, and now it's come to fruition. I'm literally looking at it on my phone right now. It came through the Hollywood Reporter like maybe sometime today. But now that we've gotten that out the way, let's go into this article from The Hill. It says Trump appoints Charlie Kirk, Walt Nauta, Michael Flynn to military boards. And it was posted on March 17th, 2025. President Trump announced Monday that a slew of allies would be appointed to the board of visitors at the nation's military academies, including lawmakers and conservative media personalities. Trump posted on Truth Social. I swear, every time Truth Social comes up, I feel like Trump is the only person that is on that website or on that app because I never see anybody else posting from Truth Social. Every time they mention Truth Social, it's always him posting on there. Exactly. And shout out and Wallow, I'm glad you posted that. If y'all are not following Kid Gravity or subscribe to his channel, please subscribe to his channel because when it comes to the political stuff, he really goes in there. Like I can touch on surface level things, but I don't go too deep into it, or at least I try not to, because that's one of the things that you don't want to get wrong, even though unfortunately there's a lot of wrong people in it, but you don't want to be included in that. But when it comes to it, he really, really goes there and he takes his time with it. He knows what he's talking about. Trump posted on Truth Social that his picks for the West Point Board of Visitors included Michael Flynn, a retired lieutenant general who in 2017 pleaded guilty to lying to FBI agents. And this is Michael Flynn, another friend of Trump's that he put into a position. Other appointees included Representative Wesley Hunt. Now, I've talked about Wesley Hunt on here before. You know, he was the one that was sitting down with Byron Donalds at that I forgot what it was talking about, but the topic of reparations did come up, and they was in Atlanta talking to a whole bunch of black people, and that black guy had confronted Byron Donalds, and you had Wesley Hunt sitting up there with them cowboy boots, thinking he was above everybody else. So that's Wesley Hunt. Again, a person that was looking for a job, and now he has one. Another person who isn't qualified. Major General David Belevia, Lieutenant General Daniel Walrath, Megan Mobbs, and Maureen Bannon, an Army veteran who was the daughter of former Trump advisor Steve Bannon. Trump also announced that members of the Air Force Academy Board of Visitors would include conservative activist Charlie Kirk, Senator Tommy Tuberville. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember Tommy Tuberville. He was the guy that made those comments. I forgot what it was, but I remember him because I talked about him. But he's anti-black. So we got Charlie Kirk, who's anti-black, Tommy Tuberville, who's anti-black, and this is a retired Colonel Doug Nicolai and Dina Powell, who served in Trump's first White House. Understand what I'm telling you. He's hiring or putting people in positions who brown nose him, or his allies, or his friends. Not anyone that's qualified. Think about it. Charlie Kirk dropped out of junior college. He didn't finish. He has no ties to the military whatsoever, except getting on there and probably saying woke this and woke that as it pertains to something going on in the military that he did not like. Exactly, Kira, Trump loyalist. That's basically who he's putting there. But remember, they don't like DEI, though. The president also posted additional appointments to the Naval Academy Board of Visitors, which included his personal aide, Walt Nauta. Nauta was indicted as part of former special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into Trump's handling of classified documents. The case has since been dropped. Other appointees to the Naval Academy Board include Senator Tim Sheehy, Representative Ronnie Jackson, Representative Derek Van Orden, former Georgia State Representatives Earl Earhart, and former Trump press secretary Sean Spicer. Oh God, now that's a name I didn't think I would hear ever again. Sean Spicer. The Board of Visitors provide guidance and oversight of each military institute's morale, financial state, and academics, and provide an annual report to the president. We'll see how this goes, especially if you got a person like Charlie Kirk floating up and through there. Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Y'all, on Monday, we will be talking about that Pete Hegseth situation. I believe KG has already spoken about it. I actually reached out to him to actually collab with me on Monday about that. He said he was free, so you know we about to go in. I think Lisa Cabrera talked about it as well. That Pete Hegseth situation with that Atlantic reporter and that group chat and them those war plans, that's some wild stuff right there. And the fact that there are people that's trying to treat this as something very light is even more scary. Have rapidly overhauled the military, ending any programs deemed to be affiliated with diversity, equity, and inclusion, aka DEI, and banning transgender troops, among other measures. Now you can see how they got those jobs. Now, what that last part that I just read actually segues perfectly into this article right here. Trump dismisses quote unquote woke military academy boards. Yeah, there goes that word again, y'all. There goes woke. Exactly, Kira, because you can only imagine how much money they're going to make in those positions. Oh, they're going to make some good money for sure. But they want to sit up there and talk about DEI and try to throw that and thrust that onto black people. We keep saying black people barely benefit from that. Well, it looks like Charlie Kirk, in a way, got what he wanted. It says President Donald Trump on Monday fired all members of the boards of visitors for the four major U.S. military academies: Army, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard. Remember, this was posted February 11, 2025. He fired people who were probably qualified to be in those positions and replaced them with the people whose names I just read off in the previous article. Yeah, JD informant Daniel Penny, because I remember I talked about him a couple weeks ago. He got some kind of job at a some kind of tech firm or some kind of it was a marketing or a tech firm, a place that he wasn't even qualified to work at. But because of what he did and because he got the support of certain individuals, boom, job. The boards are made up of a mix of presidential and congressional appointees. The Biden administration also dismissed many Trump-appointed Academy board members. They help oversee academic and student life at the academies, which train the officer corps of each military branch. Our service academies have been infiltrated by, quote, woke leftist ideologues over the last 4 years. Trump wrote in a post on his social media site, Truth Social, "We must make the military academies great again." I swear they're going to find a way to put "make" and "great again" in some kind of a slogan, even where it doesn't need to be. It says it's the latest of the administration's attacks on diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in the military. Last week, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered an end to racial preferences and admissions at the academies, which were exempt from the Supreme Court's 2023 ban on the practice. The Defense Department has moved to ban some books and course materials allowed in academy curricula, according to the Washington Post, and the academies themselves have begun to shutter clubs and resource centers for women, the academy students, and quote unquote students of color. AKA, we're trying to make the military as lily white as possible. That's basically what it is. Because they don't tell you what books they're talking about. Well, you can pretty much get an idea of what they're referring to. You can see even the stuff that they've been doing now, with Jackie Robinson. I think they decide to do the same thing with Colin Powell. Like, it's obvious. Like, it's like they don't want to say it, but they're doing it. Pam said, I wonder if the patriotic white man will enroll in the droves in the military. If it was peacetime, maybe. But if there's a war going on, you can forget it. What was it? Wasn't that Ted Nugent? No, that was Donald Trump that said he had bone spurs. But wasn't it Ted Nugent that crapped on himself so he could be deemed incompetent to join the military when it was doing the draft back in the day? So I just find the Democrats that he crapped on himself and hid under the bed. Right. But they were planning to be so patriotic. Okay. If you say so. Dark Titan said wearing a diaper. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. Like I said, I only had 2 articles, so I'm gonna go ahead now and drop the link. And if anybody would like to come up and speak to this, y'all can feel free to go right on ahead. I only had 2 articles. I tried to see if it was more that was from that, but it hasn't been any updates, and it's a recent one, so it probably wouldn't be that much coming from it right now, anyway. But if anyone would like to come up and speak to that topic, feel free to go right on ahead. I just dropped the link in the chat. All right. Oh, he made it up first today.
What's going on, Torian? What's going on, everybody in chat? Remember, everybody, tomorrow's Ms. Niecy's birthday, so make sure if anybody. So go ahead and say you happy birthday. So okay. Anyway, they about to. What did KG always say? Everybody, the white vote will doom us all.
Mm-hmm.
That saying on struck again. Jesus, you really put a guy in office who has no experience with the military in there. Like, I did look up Wesley Hunt. He did do 8 years in the Army, so maybe, but still, none of these folks need to be leading the military. So basically, they want an all lily white military. They don't want no black folks. Okay, cool. Because if you look at history of black people in the military, while us, they would have never won any wars. So if they think they can hang, okay. All our brothers and sisters over there in the Army, come on home. We'll throw you a party. We'll cook you some good food, have a good old time, line dance and everything. And I will land my plane there, Torian. B1.
B1. All right, shout out to Wallow for coming up. And also the same thing too, because a lot of people was like, they kept mentioning about segregation and everything like that. Shout out to Mad Black for the video he did. Watch his commentary and see it from a different perspective, and I promise you it'll have you looking at the whole segregation thing in a whole different light. All right, next up we got Jonathan. What's going on?
What's going on, man? That's an interesting hire. I'm not surprised. All I can say, about Donald Trump hiring Charlie Kirk for the military, my first thing on my mind is, God, I hope he's qualified. Oh no, he's not. He just got the privilege. So, uh, when you white, it's like you can get any job, almost any job you can get, whether you have the experience or not. And it's just pretty much unfair how this country has allowed itself to go to. So, hopefully, military are prepared for the wars that they're going to get themselves into, especially against Korea. So I hope they get ready for Mr. Nukem in Korea, because when he starts getting fighting them, they in big trouble. So I'm gonna let my plan right there, because that's all I have to say about it.
All right, appreciate you coming up. All right, I appreciate Jonathan for coming up. It was something that somebody, Barry said, when does he make Richard Spencer secretary? Say, please don't give this dude any ideas, because he might just actually do it. just because we haven't heard from or about Richard Spencer in so long. And let's see, who do we have next? Uh-oh. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know exactly what time it is. Hold on, y'all.
Heed my command and reclaim these relics of hatred.
Hurricane Niecy, what's going on?
Good evening, Torian and family in the chat. How is everybody?
Doing good.
I want to do a birthday shout out for my sister, Nene64, aka Deneen Grant. Many, many more. Thank you, family in the chat, for the birthday shout outs to me. My birthday's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. End of the niceties. Number 47. And his merry band of unqualified fuck ups ain't gonna be satisfied till they send every last one of us straight to hell. Hey, if it's gonna be, let it be. I'll land my plane.
Appreciate you coming up. And shout out to Miss Niecy and happy early birthday to her. Of course, we will be doing Sound Off Saturday tomorrow because tomorrow is the last Saturday of the month. And we always do Sound Off Saturday, the last Saturday of every month. So it'd be perfect. Because in the chat, in the video that I did early today, Ms. Niecy was in there saying, Torian, are you doing Sound Off Saturday? I feel like Ms. Niecy the only one that's going to ask that around the last Saturday of every month. And I'm glad that she does because I almost forgot that tomorrow was the last Saturday of the month. And that it's her birthday tomorrow, too. So thanks for the heads up and the reminder. And yes, Lady Metatron, hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. That was funny. I just didn't want to laugh. But Ms. Niecy, you saying calling them unqualified fuck. That was funny. That was kind of funny. But I appreciate you. And we will be back here tomorrow. All right, next we got Jay the Informant. What's going on?
Yo, what's happening? Hey, I want to make this quick and simple. I ain't planning on happy birthday in advance, Miss Niecy. I ain't planning on her landing her helicopter so fast or plane. But happy birthday, in advance. We talk about DEI all the time, and we see who the beneficiaries of DEI. We saw Daniel Penny. Daniel Penny was the. Oh, sorry.
Now I was just saying this, and this proved what we've been saying.
Yeah, it really does. We see all these DEI hires. We see Daniel Penny. He got hired to a financial analyst group, and they said they're going to train him on the spot because he has no idea what he's going to be doing. So he's pretty much an idiot coming into an office space. And then we see this thing with Charlie Kirk, who pretty much goes to college campuses with Officer Tatum, and all he do is argue with people who just turned adults. That's all they do. And they're now qualified to sit on these boards and everything. So I was, wondering when they're going to give Officer Tatum, that idiot, when they're going to give him his position. So I'm pretty sure they're going to put him over policing and accountability, something like that, because they don't have enough, intelligent people in their office or in their group. So they're going to hire all these media personalities, all these social media vultures, and give them jobs. So, it's DEI. We should already give DEI like its own special month because Trump's already doing it. But I want to land my plane with that. All these DEI hires, and they want to complain about DEI, but look who's the main beneficiary in 2025. 2025 is off to a bad start. We're all going down. Like Miss Niecy say, we all might as well just put our gasoline draws on because we're all going to hell. It is what it is. Land my plane.
All right. Appreciate you, Jay, for coming up. And before we continue, shout out to John Guillory for being a member for 22 months. John says salute to Torian and B1, and shout out to Miss Niecy, the mods, and the chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, and someone in the chat, I saw the comment, but I didn't read it. Someone said that Purdue University has Charlie Kirk speaking at their commencement. Why? What in the world could Charlie Kirk possibly give to a graduating class when, one, he didn't even go to a 4-year school, and two, when he did go to a collegiate, a school of, I guess you could say, higher learning, he didn't even finish. And like Jay just said, all he does is go on college campuses and argue with college students all day. Like, what is that? And then went to DC to brag about them digging up the Black Lives Matter mural like we cared. I swear, this just shows anybody who is unqualified, such like someone like him, can get a level of positioning if they have some kind of quote unquote influence. That threw me off. I'm like, okay, I didn't care for the mural either, but I definitely wouldn't have dug up the concrete to get rid of it. Like, that just shows you really had about your intense hatred towards black people that you just couldn't paint over it. Let's just dig it up and then let the taxpayers pay for it. Like, that's wild to me. But anyway, next up we got Cosmo. What's going on?
Hey, what's good, man? I'm at work, so I'm gonna try to keep this brief as I can. Let me get this straight. The guy who actually posted a video showing his delight over that said mural being removed is now given a spot for something military related. And the recruitment numbers by black people, please, if y'all listening to this somewhere, drop them numbers. This is the guy you want to be associated with, somebody who actually, we don't even rock with BLM like that. It's the principle of the matter that it got the name black on it and he's happy about it being gone. You really want to be in this guy's military? And I'm saying this to all those impressionable people who like, you know what, I'm thinking about serving for this country. Be proud of where you from, but do not associate with people like this. For the life of me, for the love of me, I don't understand how Trump, not even a Trump fan, but how you can even be this stupid. You talking about draining a swamp and you replacing it with idiots like this? Yeah, this is gonna probably be worse than his last run. And that's where I'm gonna land my plane.
I appreciate you coming up.
No problem.
All right, shout out to Cosmo and KG. I just got the notification. I told y'all KG wasn't gonna waste no time when I told him that bit of news. And he already posted his link in the chat. So make sure if y'all haven't done so already that when this live is over, y'all go over to KG's live so he can discuss his revelation coming to fruition and Elon selling that app to his AI company. Called it right down the middle. But anyway, y'all, I don't think anybody else is going to be coming up this evening. I think everyone got their points out and said what everyone wanted to say or wanted to hear as it pertains to this topic. So we're going to go ahead and just bring this live to a close. It was a relatively short live because it wasn't a lot to really go off of, but it was a lot to discuss, if you get what I mean. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. premiere video. The window was already up on also Sound Off Saturday is going to be happening at 12 noon tomorrow as well. So be sure to be locked in for that. That's going to be fun. Make sure again that y'all go ahead and head over to KG's channel so he can discuss what's going on with Elon selling that app. And shout out to Val Williams and Carla Lockhart, aka the Troublemint twins, for both being members of the channel for 13 months. I greatly appreciate it. We are about to get up out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of the evening. Shout out to the mods, the members, people over there on Patreon, everyone in the chat. If you didn't catch the live, the real-time live that is going on right now, shout out to the replay gang as well. And we'll be back over here tomorrow. Be safe, and most importantly, be one.